Welcome to the Lab, Tools, and Process module in the Mobile Application Security Foundation series brought to you by NowSecure. The objectives for this course are to provide an overview of the practical tools and applications for mobile application pen testing, along with a foundational breakdown of the pen testing process. In this course, we will cover the mobile application pen testing process, including common and essential tools used by analysts in the practice lab and during testing. Let's get started. Common Pen Testing Tools module. In this module, you will learn the tools most commonly used by analysts during assessments, along with the categories and purpose of these tools. Here we can see some of the most commonly used tools by analysts. Each tool is listed in its respective category of use. Let's look at each classification and discuss each tool and its function. The tools within the Lab Essentials category are vital in the day-to-day of an analyst when performing application security analysis. Let's define these tools. Android Studio is the official integrated development environment for Android app development. It provides extensive testing tools and frameworks, a fast and feature-rich emulator, and a unified environment to develop for all Android devices, among many other features. Android Debug Bridge, or ADB, while not a penetration testing tool in itself, ADB can be used to identify issues in a mobile application while it's running and access a shell on a non-rooted device. ADB is a command line tool that comes with the standard Android Software Development Kit, or SDK, allowing for an emulated or USB-connected device to be debugged in real time. ADB helps software engineers practice secure development and spot issues before reaching production, and helps penetration testers to search the file system and logs for sensitive information. Xcode for Mac is Apple's integrated development environment for macOS, used to develop software for macOS and iOS. Xcode is required when working with iOS-specific applications. Xcode provides developers and analysts a unified workflow for user interface design, coding, testing, and debugging. Reverse engineering of a mobile application allows an analyst to not only extract information, but also to understand the code and the functions of the application at a granular level. Along with understanding previously discussed concepts such as architecture and standards, familiarizing yourself with basic reverse engineering concepts will greatly enhance the analyst's ability to assess an application. Let's define some of the most common tools used to reverse engineer applications. Frida is a dynamic instrumentation toolkit for developers, reverse engineers, and security researchers. Frida allows us to modify the behavior of a target application. It is especially useful to leverage while observing if an app may have obfuscated source code, is using anti-tampering or anti-debugging protections, or is properly implementing network communications, among other things. Radare, or R2, provides a set of libraries, tools, and plugins that ease the task of reverse engineering. Radare is considered a complete framework for reverse engineering and analyzing binaries. It is composed of a set of small utilities that can be used together or independently from the command line. JADX GUI is a powerful tool that can be used from the command line or graphical user interface for decompiling and producing Java source code from Android DEX and APK files. Ghidra is a free open-source reverse engineering tool developed by the National Security Agency. Ghidra is full of capabilities that include disassembly, assembly, and decompilation. As discussed in a previous module, the testing of network communication and data in motion is essential to the analyst's process. The analyst will observe if network communication best practices, such as the use of modern protocols, encryption, among others, are in place by using the tools we will discuss in this category. These best practices ensure the confidentiality and integrity of information exchanged between the mobile app and remote services. Let's discuss tools used in this type of testing. Burp Suite is a software from Portswigger that allows you to monitor an app's API and manipulate requests and responses processed by the mobile application. It is a proxy-based tool that includes a robust framework for network and API vulnerability testing. This is arguably the most popular tool for this type of testing. Postman is a tool used by many developers to develop, test, and interact with APIs. With the ubiquity of APIs in mobile, web, and other applications, Postman can be a useful tool for a security tester or developer to evaluate the security posture of the API. Minim Proxy is used for debugging, testing, and penetration testing. Minimum proxy can be used to intercept, inspect, modify, and replay web traffic such as HTTP or any other SSL or TLS protected protocols. The analyst can intercept specific messages on the fly, modify the messages before they reach their destination, and replay them to a client or server later on. Here we will look at a few tools that can be used in various scenarios and tests of the server-side infrastructure. Test SSL is an open source tool used to check the server's implementation of SSL and TLS on any port and gives a list of the cryptographic vulnerabilities or flaws by executing simple commands in the terminal. Test SSL is an open source and very easy to use bash script that uses OpenSSL. Nmap is a free and open source utility for network discovery and security auditing. Nmap is used to discover hosts and services on a computer network by sending packets and analyzing the responses. Nmap provides many features for probing computer networks, including host discovery, service, and operating system detection. The Metasploit framework is a very powerful tool that can be used to probe a system's vulnerabilities on networks and servers. Because it is an open source framework, it can be easily customized and used with most operating systems. With Metasploit, the analyst can use ready-made or custom-made code to introduce into a network to probe for weak spots. Multifunctional tools can be used in an assessment to provide the analyst the ability to paint a picture of the current state of the application, as well as observe if the security controls are properly configured. Pen Testing Process Module. In this module, you will learn the various phases of the pen testing process and the most pertinent steps in each phase. In this graphic, we can see the different phases of the pen testing process. Depending on the organization, an analyst may see multiple variations of this process. However, mobile application security testing processes generally have similar procedures despite some deviation. We will focus on preparation, intelligence gathering, mapping the application, exploitation, and reporting. During the preparation phase, the goal is to coordinate with the client to define the scope of the engagement. Defining the scope allows the analyst to understand the testing goals of the organization, identify applicable security controls and requirements, as well as obtain information regarding sensitive data used or stored by the application. This data can be stored on the device or traverse the device or network. These states are otherwise known as data at rest or data in motion, as discussed in a previous module. Once the scope and engagement have been defined and agreed upon by all parties, it must be ensured that the analyst is legally authorized by the client to proceed. It is extremely important to note that in many parts of the world, performing testing without legal authorization is illegal. During the intelligence gathering phase, the analyst will collect information about the application's architectural and environmental elements. Environmental elements include use case of the application specific to the organization and the intended functions for the user, the industry that is applicable to the application. Different industries have various requirements, such as security controls that must be in place. Examples of architectural elements include how the application accesses and manages data and resources, which controls are in place to detect if the device is rooted or jailbroken, what protocols are in place for secure network communications, and what remote services are used by the application. Mapping the application involves using information collected at the previous phase to guide the focus of manual and automated scanning. When the analyst uses dynamic and static analysis at this phase, they can gain a deeper insight into the app's actual working functions, entry points, data used, stored, and transmitted, and the potential vulnerabilities. It is important to note that automatic scanning tools only discover what they are programmed to find. This fact makes it essential that a hybrid approach, both automated and manual, is used during an assessment. After vulnerabilities are discovered in the previous phase, the analyst will validate their existence and relevance to the organization and its requirements. Some vulnerabilities may not be easy to leverage or may have a minor impact, while others may seem benign at first glance, but after analysis may prove to have major ramifications if exploited. The analyst will explore specific points when determining the potential severity of the vulnerabilities. The damage potential outlines the level of impact to the organization as a result of vulnerability exploitation. Discoverability refers to the ease it may be for an attacker to discover the vulnerabilities. The ease of exploitability must be determined by the analyst once the vulnerability is discovered. Reproducibility is an extension of exploitability. The analyst will determine if discovered vulnerabilities and exploits can be reproduced and taken advantage of easily. Range of impact. The analyst must determine if a vulnerability has the potential to impact a large portion of the organization and user base, or if it will be more confined. These factors may indicate that the vulnerability is more or less likely to be exploited. The purpose of reporting is to clearly outline and define findings in a way that is easily understood by anyone in an organization from C-suite to security teams. Reports are often organized in the following way. Executive summary, which provides an overview of the main points of a larger report. Outline of agreed upon scope. Details of the methods and process used by the analyst. Summary of findings with the highest severity and impact to the organization. Full details of all findings ranked by severity and with a complete description of the vulnerability, including information found in the exploitation phase. Finally, the remediation recommendations for each vulnerability. With this report, an organization will have the information needed to make decisions about impact and remediations specific to their own needs and priorities. The pen testing process requires a variety of acute analytics to produce a report that will provide a full picture of the security posture of an application. This process will allow an organization to make accurate remediation decisions.